Hello, Kiki. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Turn on your video. Let's see. I want this to be real. Okay, you can turn on your camera now. Kiki, you can turn on your camera now. Yeah. Unmute your mic and turn. Great. Yeah, Kiki is with us now. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Thank
So,
you.
I'll just be asking you some questions, all right? And you'll be sharing your experience with us so that
Oh,
people get to see that it's not possible, not just possible, but he has did himself as well can make this happen. So
okay.
just do a quick introduction. Tell us your name, what you do, and where you're currently based. Let's start with that. Right.
Okay.
Let's start with that. So what's your name, what you do, and where you're currently based.
Yeah, my name is Okikiolu Adruboye. Currently a cabin crew, and I'm based in Kaduna.
Okay, that's nice. And so you're not in Nigeria. I just think you're in Lagos. All this while.
No,
I just think you're
no,
in
I
Lagos.
stay in Kaduna.
I see. Okay. So why was getting a high IELTS score so important to you? Like why was getting such a good score, 7 and above, important to you?
Oh, it's because of the pathway I wanted to do. That's the Canada pathway. So it's talking to my brother. He told me that for me to get, you know, more scores, I needed like a very high um, band score in IELTS.
Okay. Okay. So before joining I think you joined the challenge in this June. You joined in mid-April, mid, no, in June. It was roughly in June you joined. Okay. Before you joined the challenge, 30 days challenge,
I think it was in
can you share
May.
with us?
I joined the challenge
May,
in
yes, mid-May, so yeah, middle of May you joined. So before you joined,
May. Yeah.
all right, so the question I asked is, the question I asked is, how was your experience like before joining this challenge? How was your highest journey like? Have you taken the exam before you joined the challenge? What were your scores and how did the result affect you emotionally?
Okay, I think I wrote the exam April and I felt I was ready and everything. Like I was so confident that I was going to ace it. And then after writing it, I got my results, and I think it was listening was 7.5, and the rest was like 6.5. Then writing was like 6.0. It actually, I felt really bad because I hardly fail in exams. Like I felt like this IELTS, I already got it in the bag and everything, until I was shocked and I saw my result. So it's really, it's crashed my self-confidence, and um, I was really down. Like seeing the results, I was really down.
Mm, okay. Um, I remember why they called and you were telling me about how your brother was teasing you with the is it brother was teasing you with the performance that I think he took the exam once or so. Can you just tell us a bit about that?
It was my brother, and he was like, when I took the exam, I was sure of what I was going to get, and when it came out, I even did very well, blah 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 blah, and that one also, made me feel like I didn't know what I was doing. I'm dull or something.
Okay. Okay. So so that's your first test that you were getting six. Only I think only listening was above 7 at your first test before you joined the challenge, and the others were around 6.5. If I may
Yeah.
ask, what did you try? How did you prepare for that exam? Because I like to compare the difference between what we did and what you did at that time. So how did you prepare for that exam? And what do you think were the mistakes you think you made at that time with what you know right now?
I think I just read, then I used this Cambridge to study and everything. But when I was studying, I know I still was doing it on paper. I practiced my typing skills and the rest. And then yeah, I was getting it on paper, but it's different using computer. And there were some things that I learned in the class that none of my brother or brother-in-law even told me about that I will see in the exam. Like, sometimes when you're writing some things, you make sure that the first letter is alphabet, and then you have to really listen, especially in listening, to get the actual answer. Sometimes they may tell you this is the answer, but then they'll correct themselves. Then I'll tell you another answer. So I didn't really take note of all those things. So writing the exams, I didn't know all those, tricks and strategies until I joined the class.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay. So, how did you discover about the? Why did you first of all? When did you first see me or get to know about our test days challenge?
This time I saw it was on Instagram actually. I was
And
looking for like a class to join, yeah, because that was what my sister suggested, that I should, go for like tutorials and stuff. So I was just surfing Instagram and I just saw the ad, and then I think I sent a message, and that's how I joined.
and this was around which time?
I think that was early May. Yeah, that was early May where we had the first video call and I was lamenting.
All right. If you're just joining us, this is Kiki. Okay, Kiki just took a test. She took a test last week. You took test last week. The result came out this week, right? Was it up to 20? Was it up to 3 days?
I took the test on Monday and the result came out on Tuesday.
Oh, well, oh, that's even this week. It's okay. When on this Sunday last week, we're in a new week. All
Yeah.
right. And she got this thing. You will tell us this call. We'll get there. We'll get there. But I just want to, if you're just joining us, just understand what's going on. Okay. So I'm asking her questions for her to share her experience and joining with us. So if I may ask, what made you decide to join the 30 days challenge? What gave you that confidence? Okay, this is something I will do that you want to do.
I think the conversation I had with you actually helped a lot. Like, I was telling you everything and you listened, and you told me about the challenge, and I saw people's testimony also, and I was confident that at least I'll learn some things, and and correct some of the errors I was making. So I had that confidence that I'll learn something, and that's why I joined 30 Days Challenge.
So I see. I see. So when you joined the challenge, what were the scores you were looking for at that time? What was your before you joined? What was the scores you were looking towards? Yes,
Okay, before I joined, I think it was 18, an 18 listening, and 7.5 in reading, writing, and speaking.
so
Yeah, that's what I
that was the target.
wanted to get. That's what I wanted to get.
I see. I
Yeah.
see. Okay. 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 So, at the point of joining the challenge, did you have any doubts in your mind towards the challenge? Did you have any doubts towards okay, this program and all of that?
No, I think my first week was, if I'm not mistaken, it was writing part. It was, yeah, the tax one,
Mm-hmm.
and with the videos I watched and the sessions we have in the evening. No, it actually improved my writing, and I was encouraged. I had the confidence that at least I've learned some of the things, some of the mistakes. Like, sorry, I've corrected some of the mistakes I keep making. You broke it down, and it was quite easy to understand, and it helped me. So I did not have any doubts in joining the class.
I see. So let's talk about the challenge in problem, because I know many people here, some people here want to know about, okay, how did this thing work? What did you learn? How did it help you? So what are the biggest things you learned in the 30 days challenge? Like with your highlights for the class, the 30 days challenge we had. What are the things that, okay, this really struck me, this struck me, this struck me?
Okay, so I'll start with the writing task one. You made me understand that when you're writing to a friend, there is a tone you have to have, and when you're writing like to your boss, there is a tone, and your writing also, you can when you're talking to a friend, you can do am, not I am, and that's like, yeah, they'll know that you're talking to your friend. And when you're talking to your boss, then that has to be like, so when you're like a formal letter, that has to be official,
Yeah.
I am, not am. Yeah. Then the listening strategies really help. And then, as I said, that alphabet tone, especially, when you're calling like maybe a road or like someone's name, that first letter has to be alphabet. Then also
Do you mean
you
alphabet or
take
capital
notes.
letter? Do you mean alphabet or capital
Sorry,
letter?
capital letter. Sorry,
Okay.
capital
Yeah.
letter. Then you know when they are talking, and sometimes they correct themselves, like they'll say an answer, then they'll now correct themselves. I say, okay, no, this is the, yeah. So to take note of all those um take note of all those stuff they are trying to put there, so that they can mislead somebody. And then for reading, yeah, you taught us the strategies to skim, to scan, then to close read that place that the answer is, to get the correct answer. And then for writing text too, that one helps me a lot, because that was my biggest fear, writing text too, that essay. But then the videos actually helped a lot, and the strategies, I actually applied it in my writing. And then you encouraged us to always keep practicing, and that was what I was doing, practicing with the strategies and really watching the videos to actually understand it.
Nice. So primarily, you're saying the strategies are the things that really helped you greatly.
Yes, even with the speaking. Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't even talk
Okay.
about yeah, the speaking also.
Go on. Go on.
That I think we practice. Yeah, we did the practice for part two. That examples, give examples, try to talk about even talk about the bullet points, talk outside the bullet points. That really helps. And I was just talking, the examiner that had to tell me it's okay. So and even for part three, when they ask a question, I'm trying to talk, give examples. Sometimes she'll be like, it's okay, that's fine. Then she'll ask the next question. So these strategies really helped.
I see. I see. So now you've talked about everything in general. I like us to drill down. Okay, like let's specific situations. So, was there any particular lesson or a particular strategy or maybe a session we had, our 8 p.m. sessions that we had, that like this thing really changed? It was remarkable for you and it changed a lot for you. I just remember one or two you would like to you can share with us. Maybe a particular lesson, a particular strategy, or a coaching session that changed something significant for you.
Right, I think that would be in speaking. The speaking part two, as I said, the giving examples, and just talk about the topic, but you can talk about other things concerning the topic. It must not be the bullet points that they give you that you talk about. So that was what really helped me, that I was able to even exceed 2 minutes and give examples and everything. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, before you take the challenge, did you have any idea about that you could do something like that? Would you ever believe that something like that will help you in the test before the challenge?
No. Nope. I was just using my own wisdom and some of the few tips my brother gave me. No, I actually learned from the 30 days challenge.
Okay. Okay. All right. So what was your? It was 30 days. 30 days is quite long. It's quite long. Though it can be short. At the end of the day, it will like it's very short, but it can be quite long. When in the heat of the moment, it's quite long. So among the 30 days, where would you say was your biggest breakthrough moment? Where was the day like that? The day like, okay, yes, I get it now. I see it. When? Can you share with us?
I'll say that will be week. That will be week 4. That was the writing task 2. And then when I watched the videos and we had the sessions, I was like, wow, I have actually I've been doing things on my own and I don't really know, the actual thing to do to understand or to be able to write a good essay. But, watching the videos and, having sessions with you really enlightened me and helped a lot with my writing tasks too. Even when I was writing the exam, I was like, oh God, please, please, please. But when I got the results, 7.5 in writing, even me, I was surprised. I'm not like, oh, wow, you
Wow.
did yourself.
So in other words, like, so you were not you just said you had did yourself. That means wait, so in your first test, that one you took before you joined the challenge, you were confident that you did well.
Yes.
Before you saw your results, you were confident that you did well,
Yeah.
and then you did not do well. Then after the challenge, you took the test. You were not fully confident. You were not. I won't say you're not confident, but like you had some
I was still scared. I remember
anxiety.
called you. I called you a few days to the exam now. I was like, I'm scared.
Yeah. I remember that call. I
I'm
remember that
sure
call. Yeah, I remember
scared.
that call. Yes.
I was
And
like, I
despite
need to
that,
talk.
you know how did yourself.
Well, I would say the first test I was confident because I felt like when I know English, like now we be English pass, and after
Mhm.
studying and everything, and so I felt like I've passed the exams. But when I saw the results, it really discouraged me, and I was discouraged, and I was not happy. So it built this anxiety and fear that maybe this next one too, even though you know what you're doing, what of if you make a tiny mistake and you fail and stuff. So I had this doubt, and that's why I called you so that you give me small morale before I go and write the exams. Then I wrote the exams, and by the grace of God, it was good. God did itself.
Tell us your score exactly for this second, the test you took this week. Tell us, let them hear it from you. I think I said it, but let them hear it. So, what did you get now in your test now? The results you got on Tuesday. Yeah.
Okay, I got in listening I got 8.5. In writing I got
Hmm.
7.5. In reading I got 7.5. And in speaking I got 7.0. And I think my overall band was 7.5.
Okay. How was it? Walk us through the moment when you're checking your result and when you saw it. How was it? Don't walk us through through that this error. How did it happen?
I actually didn't know I was going to see the results the next day. I was preparing for my other exam, that one I told you about. So I just received a mail and they're like, check your results. Oh, I won't lie, I started panicking, but I I was scared, like I don't know what's behind that email and stuff. So when I checked it and I saw it, I won't lie, I started crying and I called my sister first.
Yeah.
Well, I just became a crybaby. I was so emotional. happy.
Wow. 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 So now that's very nice to know. So tell us about the exam environment. How was that exam like? Just walk us through your exam day. What did you experience in the examination hall?
Mm, okay, so well, I would say they're kind of strict, which is normal. You're not allowed to, go in. It's even your pen. They'll provide pen for you there. I felt it felt overwhelming, but I tried to just control my emotions and anxiety and just focus on the exams. You're not allowed to turn. You're not allowed to talk to anybody. You're just you and your computer. And if you have any question, you can call for the invigilator. So you just need to be calm. Like when you're writing the exam, try to be calm. I know it's not easy to be calm, but just try to be calm so you can really understand what's going on, especially in listening, because it's listening that you write first. So that's how it was.
Yeah. Okay. So in the examination, or which of the section in the real exam, which of the sections shocked you or surprised you the most, and why?
Um, so I'm sorry, I was not shocked because it's something we have done in class. So I would say none of the sessions shocked me because it's what we've practiced. I watched the videos, the strategies. So I feel like I was actually prepared to just answer any question I see there. So I wasn't really shocked seeing any like question type.
Hmm. 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 That is very wow. Wow. Because this one thing a lot of people complain about that on exam day, they saw questions that they know like this question, they don't just understand the question at all, but like you didn't have that kind of you didn't have that experience at all in the examination hall.
No, we covered all the question
Hmm.
types. So and I was practicing. So I was not seeing any question type.
Okay, okay. So now a lot of you moved from 6 to 7.5 in the I think reading and reading, writing, and then and speaking. So it's a lot of people they struggle to move from that 6 to 7 and above, especially in writing. All right, and writing and speaking. So what do you think helped you to break that barrier?
No, I think practicing, even after the challenge, just keep practicing. Especially for the writing, every day I write like 2 or 3 essays and letters, you know, and as I told you, I'm not gonna give GPT to mark for me. Yeah. So it's just to keep
I
practicing.
remember.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
you see some of the little errors you overlooked before and you can correct them and stuff. Then also this advice you gave using your notes pad instead of your Microsoft Word, it really helps because when you're writing the exams, nobody is going to sorry, Microsoft Word would make the I capital for you, but when you're writing the exams, nothing is going to be capital. You're the one making everything capital, the I's, and yeah, after your full stop, the next, yeah. So the practicing really helped. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, okay. So Henry is asking how many people before I go back to my questions, let me ask from Henry. Henry saying, are you saying that it is not possible to pass on your own practice in that case without a coach? So you recommend? Are you saying that you think it's very vital for someone to have a coach before taking the exam? Is that what is that what you recommend?
No, I think everybody is different, but me, I know I
Mhm.
needed help after I saw my first results. But everybody's different. Some people, follow people on YouTube and still pass. But me, I knew that I needed someone to guide me and maybe I was doing something wrong. I needed someone to, show me the right path, and so to say, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then just a follow up on same Harry asking the same question. Not asking. Another one is having a coach. Say, okay, he's asking. This is a very important question, and I would like to get your perspective. Is having a coach does having a coach guarantee your success? I would like to hear from you. Does it guarantee your success?
I don't know how to answer that, but for me, it helped me. It helped my journey, and it helped me get past my exams. So I don't know. For me, I'm talking for about me. It helped me. Having a coach
Yes,
helped
your
me
experience
because
we're looking at here.
yeah.
Just no, just before your experience. We're looking at your experience. So speak from your
Okay.
experience. Everything I
Yes.
say is based on your experience.
As having a coach helped me because there were some things I was doing wrong, and even during the evening sessions, when our instructor was marking my, especially my writing, you correct this, and it helped me, and I feel that was also what helped me writing the exams. Yeah.
Right. But I want to add something here. Okay, for Henry. Oh, yes, Kiki. Kiki, your video is not on. No. Please have the video on. Let them see you, please. Very important. Very, very important. You are our star girl. Today is not about me. Today is about you. Yes, today is not about me. Today is about you. Okay. All right. So, let me say this, Henry, because though it's nice to say it is my coaching that helped her pass the exam, even though she had failed the exam before. But I like giving credit to my students. You've been hearing what she's saying. She practiced. She followed through. All right. She practiced the strategy. Even after the challenge is over, all right, because you still have access to the training materials from that 30 days. She still went through. She still so it does not guarantee. I will tell you point blank. Harry, having a coach, does it help? Yes. Can it guarantee? Yes. But does it guarantee? No. Because you as the student, imagine she did not follow through, imagine she did not practice, imagine she did not take the corrections we gave her. She won't be here. I don't know if you're getting me. So the response, feedback from the students is very crucial here. So even though I'm happy that my student passed the exam, I would like to take credit for that. A lot of this also has credit goes to Kiki because she followed through. So I just want to put that in here. Kiki did, like I would say, up to 80% because the training is guaranteed to work. But it not depends on the student following through. If that does not follow through, it will not work. If it touches to follow through, it will work. That's it. So let me just quickly put that out there that see it does getting a coach, can it guarantee? Yes. Does it guarantee? Not necessarily, because the student needs to follow through first to guarantee that success. I have a question here for Kiki. Kiki, so I just want to, before I go back to the questions asked by our audience here, uh, so how different, before you join the challenge, and at the end of the challenge, how different were your skills, your capacity towards the IELTS exam? How different was it? Like, you want to compare the day one and the 30th day. How would you say the difference? What are the differences between that person that started the challenge and the person that ended it? The Kiki that started, the Kiki that ended.
I'd say there's a huge difference because um, day one, I would say I was naive. I didn't really know um, the things I know now, especially concerning IELTS. And then finishing the 30 days challenge, I was reborn, if I'll say that. At least at least I say I got to understand some of my faults, especially especially when I wrote the first time. I saw some errors I made, and I was able to correct it. So I'll say it made a huge difference. Yeah.
Okay, okay, very great. Now, if someone is taking the exam right now, what are the three pieces of advice you would give that person?
Hmm. Practice, please practice. Practice, especially in your writing. Yeah, me, my own problem was writing. Especially in writing, practice. Then for listening, the strategies are very, very, very important. The strategies are very important for listening. Then speaking, that part too, especially that 2 minutes, because it's not easy to talk for 2 minutes. Just you're talking and you're talking. Sometimes, especially when it's an exam, you may be lost for words or you get overwhelmed. But that strategy.
Yes, our internet is shaky. Let us be patient for her to return. Well, let me go through the questions. What were the questions? Yes, okay. Okay. Mary is asking when is the next. Okay, Mary is asking when is the next challenge starting, or can I still join? Okay. The challenge is July class has started. All right. You can join. The way we designed it, you can join. You can still join. All right. You can join because we are starting writing task 2 tomorrow. We're starting writing task 2 tomorrow for the 30 days challenge. Is Kiki back? Yeah, Kiki is back. Okay. So you can join. You can still join. All right. You can still join. You will join when you join today. You will start writing task 2 tomorrow, and then you will wrap up. So anybody, if you are joining Jones Fast now, you will still have to join August class. Although you will not pay, you won't have to pay for that too. You won't have to pay for that, but you can still join. All right. You can just send us you can drop us a DM here, and we'll get to that anyways. Let's welcome back, Kiki. So, you're giving us the advice you have for you're giving advice for people taking the exam now. So let me just take the last question on my
Thank you,
end so
sir.
that I can focus on the questions. So that I can focus on the questions that they are asking. Okay. So would you recommend the 30 days challenge? Would you recommend this program to other IS candidates? And if yes, what would you tell them?
Yes. Yes. Well, I'll recommend the 30 days challenge because you're going to learn. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn the strategies, and you'll be encouraged. When you see people around also doing it, you'll be encouraged to actually put in the practice and the work. Yeah.
All right, thank you. So let's get into the questions from others. Um, Danke, I hope I pronounced that right. Sorry if I didn't pronounce it right. Apologies. So first of all, while she was making comments about the listening session, she acknowledged that indeed there are some words you must start with uppercase. Okay, shouldn't it just be that we start every word with uppercase, or is it just that the nouns that we should start with uppercase? Do you understand the question, Kiki? Do you understand the
I
question?
don't think it's compulsory you start all the words with uppercase, but if you want on the safer side, I don't know. But when you're looking at the answers, that's maybe you're practicing and you look at the answers, it's not everything that is in uppercase. But maybe if you want to be careful, but you won't have the time. The truth is, when they are talking, you're trying to get answers and everything. So me, I'm not really good at computer. Maybe the computer gurus can, start with uppercase and everything. But for me,
My internet is not friendly today. Well, let me answer that question. Proper nouns are best. Proper nouns. And start capital letter with proper nouns. If you use small letter, if you use capital letter for everything, it will not be grammatically in order because writing capital letter in the middle of a sentence is wrong. Are you getting me? So it's not. I won't recommend that. Okay. Kiki, are you back? Okay, Kiki is back. Oh. Please turn on your camera. Muriel has a question here. So Muriel is asking, what was the questions you were asked in the speaking test? Welcome back, Kiki. So Muriel is asking, what were your which let me get it again. Let's take it. What were the questions you were asked in the speaking? Well, since she's not available, just to save your time and respect it, let me take the questions. Okay, Sunshine is asking, how long does one have to practice before writing the exams? Now, if you have any question for me, you can still post it there and I will address it. Kiki is back. Kiki, welcome back. Okay, while Kiki is reconnecting, how long? See, it depends on it depends on your situation. All right. We've had students who've taken the exam within 3 weeks and passed. Yes. We've had within 1 month, 2 months. It depends on the situation, depends on because if you need the exam within a month, you have to take the exam and you have to do everything possible to pass the exam. All right. There's no specific time to practice and pass the exam. There's no specific time. The time you have left is the time you have. Are you getting the time you have left is the time you have? What's most important is knowing all the possible questions you meet on exam day. That's what I was really happy when Kiki said that he was not surprised on exam day. Why? All the possible questions you meet on exam day, we address it in the 30 days challenge, which is the focus. Which is me, I'm not great at English, so many of you should have watched my one of my trainings. I talked about the 3 things you need to pass the I exam. If you've not, I'll drop it in the comments so you can watch it after now. 3 things. One of them is that the fact that I learned that the IELTS is predictable. There are question types you're meeting on exam day. The goal is to be ready for all of them. And the 30 day challenge is focused on that. All the possible questions you meet on exam day, we will go through all of them so that anyone that appears on exam day, you are ready, you know how to answer it. So the time, if you can have this done within 2 weeks, good. If you have it done within 3 weeks, great. If you have it done within 4 weeks, great. All right. So it's about accomplishing the task of knowing all the possible questions to an exam day and having a proven strategy for each of them. That's the most important thing. Okay. Keep your questions coming. Let me take another one. All right. So those asking, how can you reach me? My number is already there. You can I've dropped our number is +234 811 2019 67. The fastest way to get to us through WhatsApp. All right, through WhatsApp, we'll get in touch with you. Let me take another question here. Okay, when next edition starting? July challenge is on right now. Registration is not going for August. All right. If your test is, let's say, mid of August, then you can still join this June's challenge so that you will wrap up with the first week of August challenge. How much is 30 days challenge? The 30 challenge is two payments of 30,000, one payment of 55,000 naira. All right. 2 payments of 30,000. You want to pay in installment twice, 30,000 twice. If you want to pay once, you pay 55,000 naira only. I think I also put that here. Okay. Then how can we join? Okay, yes, the way to join is this. All you have to join, just pay to I think I have this message here. Just put it and send it. If you have any questions, send in your questions. So all right. Okay. I think Muriel is here. Muriel is one of my students. She has not taken I don't think she has taken the exam yet. So people say where's Muriel? Muriel, let me unmute you. I want you to say what you just said right now so that they get to know.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I just want to let you know that I was in that class, that 30 days challenge, May, with Kiki. We did our exercise together. She's good. I will commend her for that. So this thing is not staged, that maybe coach brought one person to be saying one thing. It is real. I was there with her. You people will still get my own evidence very soon. You'll still hear from me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we'll do your interview as well. Yes. All right. I
All
didn't
right.
even cross my mind though. It didn't even just like I just people might say this, might think so. Okay. Okay. Someone said I should. Okay. Sunshine. Okay. Abasa. Sarah said Can you throw more light on listening and reading? There's one. What's the time? Okay, 6 minutes left because we're doing this by 5 p.m. If there's one thing, okay, there's one thing I will tell you for IELTS. I'm going to drop a video here that addresses this in details. I'm going to post it here under the under the about the 20 days about one day to challenge, right? I want to post a short clip here. All right. Now, this particular clip, of course, I will tell you about the 30 days challenge inside. But people tend to ignore the things I teach there. Before I will talk about the challenge, all right, I share with you 3 simple things. Number 1 is there are 3 things I mentioned in this video. Watch it. Make sure you watch it. It will help you greatly. You need a burning why. You need a DID mindset, and then you need the ICC formula, which is what we will work on in the 30 days challenge. There are 3 categories of students I like to work with. Pay attention, please. Pay attention. There are 3 categories of students I like to work with. One are people who are terrible at English. I used to be like that. It is C6 I used to pass WAEC or English. I took both WAEC and I'm telling you, God I beg. If you know what God I beg, let me people go. If you know what that means, that's how I used to pass WAEC. When I was to take it was not easy because I dropped the clip. Is a YouTube link. Let me make it obvious. So just so if I dropped it now, village that affected me as a child. I was speaking English. The only language I could speak was Urobo. If you know, Urobo is a popular dialect in Delta State, Nigeria. Okay, that's what all I could speak as a child, and that was a weak foundation for me in English. All right. So if you're terrible at English, you need to fix that. We have resources for you. All right. There's one silent one, which is that fear. Many coaches don't know how to address the fear that people have about the IELTS exam. And we have a particular research that you have to listen to every single day throughout the 30 days challenge to silence that doubt and help you attract success easily. I introduced this particular resource to our challenge in 2023. I'm going to give you a backstory. I'm not going to share it with you. Of course, it's for my students only. Okay. But let me give you a backstory of this resource. Now, the resource was sent to me in 2022, late December 2022. And it was a coach, not IELTS coach, a business coach. I do take other programs. So a business coach that sent it to us. I'm a student in his coaching program, his business coaching program. And he told us that preparing for the new year, all right, preparing for the new year, we should go through this resource every single day. And if we don't, it was a bet, if we don't experience a quantum leap in our lives, we should let him know, and he will send us $1,000. Yes. As of today, that's like, let's just say 1.4 million naira. That was the bet. Entering the new year, the first 3 weeks of 2023, we were in the hospital. We had a major surgery, not minor. We had a major surgery. First 3 weeks in the hospital. So it was that resource that helped me weather that storm. Imagine starting a new year and you're starting the year in the hospital. Not okay, not like you had issue with malaria. No, a major surgery. Imagine the mental impact and the frustration that comes with it. But that particular resource helped me weather that storm. And the very next month, seeing the results, I like, no, all of my students need to start going through this resource as well. So I added it to our program without changing any of our training. All the trainings we're giving, or all the resource, the training materials for the IELTS, we did not change it. I only said, okay, alongside the training, everybody start going through this. You will not see, it was surprising for me that in 2023, the results we had was more than the results we had the past 2 years combined. Yes. Before I would teach IELTS, pass the IELTS exam, but tackling that fear, quenching that fear, that doubt, and then positioning yourself to be successful easily, that changed it. Kiki is one of them. You saw her today. All right. You saw her today. So that's one resource you have to. You will not get it anywhere else. You will not get. I promise you will not get it anywhere else. You can have an idea of what this is. And I'm not going to show you when you join, you take the challenge, you will see it, and you will testify to what I'm talking about. All right. And also, then if you're terrible at it, and then it's take category of people who you are busy. If you heard Kiki talking about videos, yes. So the challenge is designed like this. All the trainings are already pre-recorded. So you get the training for each day. You go through it on your own timing. By 8 p.m., we'll do our practice together. So the exercise you've already done, the videos you've gone through, we watch, the exercise you've done, you submit. By 8 p.m., we'll do it together so that any mistake you made, we will mark, we'll correct, you get your corrections. And you have to implement the corrections. Super important. So to answer your question, let's see, was that Sandra? Sarah. She throw more light on listening. Whether or not you join the 30 days challenge, this is what you should do. And what I mentioned in the short clip I sent you, one of the things I mentioned. Know all the possible questions you will meet on exam day. You have to do that. For listening, know all the possible questions you meet on exam day. For reading, know all the possible questions you meet on exam day. And then have a proven strategy for each of them. Practice your strategy, master your strategy. This is what you will do in the challenge. I will give you my strategies. I like to call them cheat codes. I will give you to you in the challenge. But this is what you must do. Any program you are doing right now, if your coach is not doing this for you, your coach is not doing the right thing. I'm going to tell you point blank. Because if it happens that you meet questions you're not prepared for, you're in problem. You're in problem. All right. So that's if I say what's the most important thing for listening and reading, that's it. Okay. So I think any other question, any other comment? I don't know if Kiki is back. Zara, you have a question. Drop it in the comment. There's a post for questions. Please drop it on that. Check this channel. You will see a post. Kiki is not. Kiki is not able to rejoin us. All right. She just sent me a message on WhatsApp. Okay. You said the network is not great. Okay. So in case you want to reach out to us, you want to talk to me, I made a post. Okay. Some people are typing. Let me listen to them. Okay. How can one register for IELTS? Okay. I'm a novice. I don't know exactly how to register. To register, you register online. So you can pay someone to do it for you. But it's straightforward. You need your international passport. If you're Nigerian, you will call it international passport. You need your international passport to register for the exam. It should be valid. So it's as of now, the exam in Nigeria is 299,000 naira. Depending though. If you're doing UK VI, it's about 370,000 naira. But there are different types of IELTS. You should know the one you're registering for. So you register online. The register on the IELTS website, straight to the point, just fill in the details, upload your international passport, fill your details correctly. If you want us to help you register for the exam, you can send us you can send us a message on WhatsApp. I took our WhatsApp number already. So it's easy to register for the exam. You just go to the website and then um and then get the IS website. Let me get the website for you. IDP IS registration. You can even just Google it. IDP IS registration. You will see the link. But I know some people want to be very cautious because we're not talking about it. Okay. So you can register with IDP, you can register with the British Council. There's no difference. I've written exams with the two of them and they're good. Okay. I'm getting the link. I'll post the link here for you. Oh, well, it's past 5 already. Oh, sorry, Henry. Henry says I took the exam. He didn't know about it. He took the exam about 5.5. That's a push. No problem. Just send us a message on WhatsApp. When you join today, you can start with the July's class, and you will be starting with writing tax 2 with us. We've only done listening. You can do the catch up list. You can do the catch up for the listening. All right. I think that's it. That's it for today. That'll be it for today. You all have a lovely night rest, and God bless you. The recording of this call will be posted here. Because of the network glitches, it will be easy for you to. It will be easy for you to watch. I will post the replay here, and of course, I recommend that you join this channel because we do post. You can scroll up. Scroll up, you will see some trainings I do post here. Even other of my students that I've done interviews for here. We know the. So you all have a lovely evening and God bless you.